Net change theorem. The integral of the rate of change in the net change is the integral from a to b of f prime of x dx is equal to f of b minus f of a. Example number 6, they give us the velocity function t squared minus t minus 6 measured in meters per second. In part A, they want us to find the displacement. The displacement is the distance, and the time is from 1 to 4. So you know that the distance or the displacement is the antiderivative of the velocity. So s of 4 minus s of 1, we want to find the distance between the time 1 to 4, is the antiderivative, or we can say the integral from 1 to 4 of the velocity function. Now let's plug in, and we use the formula to find the antiderivative for this. We evaluate from 1 to 4, the function from 1 to 4. So let's plug in 4 first. So we have 4 cubed over 3 minus 4 squared over 2 minus 6 times 4, and then which is f of b, right? So we are using f of b. We plug in the b, and then we plug in 1. So 1 cubed over 3 minus 1 squared over 2 minus 6 times 1. So you simplify this expression, and you will get negative 9 over 2. Okay, so for part B, find the distance traveled during this time period. You pay attention to the velocity. The velocity is, we can factor, so t minus 3 and t plus 2. So when we check the side of the velocity, we have negative 2 here and 3 here. We also want to look at the t from 1 to 4. Okay, so we don't have to look at this negative because t cannot be negative number. So when you plug in 2 into here, you will get negative. So that means v of t is less than 0. And then you can put in check like 3.5, then the velocity is positive. So v of t is negative on 1 to 3, and the velocity positive from 3 to 4. So we should separate the integral into 2 parts. Okay, so to take the antiderivative of the v of t to calculate the total distance. So first of all, from 1 to 3, v of t dt. I'm going to put a minus here. The reason why is v of t himself is a negative number. So if I put a minus, it's going to give me positive, okay? Plus, so we're going to do 3 to 4, v of t dt. So the minus, the v that less than 0 means go to the left. So let's give you the example. So for example, you have 0 right here. If you go to the left, let's say 5 steps. So let's say 5 units. And then you turn to the right 7 units. If you do negative 5 plus 7, so you are at the location 2. This is mean for part A. Okay, this is mean for part A. But in part B, we want to calculate the total distance traveled. So this particle is not moving 2 units to the right, but the total distance is 5 units and then 7 units. So that is give us 12 units. So for the 5 units, we have to make absolute value, or we can do minus of -5, so that is turned to positive. To calculate the total distance, we need to be positive for all of them. So that's what we are doing. Okay, so now from 1 to 3 is the evaluation, the function is -t squared plus t plus 6. I distribute the minus. And from 3 to 4, t squared minus t minus 6 dt. So t cubed over 3 plus t squared over 2 plus 6t. Evaluate from 1 to 3 plus t cubed over 3 minus t squared over 2 minus 6t. Evaluate it from 3 to 4. We simplify this expression. So we got 27 over 3 plus 9 over 2 plus 18 minus, now let's put in the 1, so -1 over 3 plus 1/2 plus 6, and then plus, we put in the 4, so 4 cubed over 3 minus 16, which is 4 squared, over 2 minus 24, and then minus, we put in the 3, so we got 27 over 3 minus 9 over 2 minus 18. Okay, so we simplify this. If you want, you can put them all in the calculator. So we get 61 over 6, and approximately is 10.17. The unit is meter. Okay, so go back to part A. This is 4.5 meter in negative. So that means that this particle move more to the left. So it's in the left location. So let's go back to my example. So here is my example. So for example, you have 0 right here. The particle move maybe left and right and left and right and so on, right? So and then the final location is negative after move left and right. Okay, so final location is at negative 4.5 meter. But the total distance, we have to like add this, add this, add this, add this, and add that. So that's why we have to check to see what give us negative, and then we have to put the minus in the front so that it will turn to be positive. So the total distance traveled is 10.17 meter.